Hello again to all our subscribers and viewers. We really appreciate you joining us. Today we're bringing you a very unusual color on one of Chevrolet's most popular models, a 1963 Impala Super Sport hardtop in anniversary gold. This is a very special color seen on other GM cars and trucks of the era, but the 63 Impala was even more special. Join us as the owner of this beautiful car, Nick Knackard, explains its history and story. Now, let's go for a ride.
Hi, I'm Nick, and this is my 63 Chevy Impala Anniversary Gold. We've had this car for about 2.5 years, and when we bought the car, it had original paint on it. And we drove it around for a while like that and showed the car, but it didn't really get the attention I felt it deserved. So I decided to go ahead and do the body work myself. I stripped the car down to metal. And it did have original paint, as I mentioned. It had a couple dings on it, had some surface rust, but it was overall really good shape. No Bondo in the car at all. Had a little silver dollar size rust hole on the bottom of each front fender there that I patched in myself. Etch primed it. I primered it 2 times with 2K urethane primer and blocked it out. And when I was all done, I had a guy by the name of Al spray the car for me in a booth, and it turned out really beautiful. We did take the car pretty far apart. We took the glass out, the stainless off, the grill out. A friend of mine had that grill hanging up in his garage, actually, and it was in perfect condition, so I bought it off of him and installed it in the car after it was all painted. The bumpers are original. They've never been re-chromed. The grill is an NOS grill, I guess, from what I can tell. The hubcaps are just a really nice set of original caps. The side moldings are new. My lady and I took our time and glued the proper aluminum SS inserts in the side moldings. It's got original fender skirts. They got the CWS 63 stamped on the bottom. It's also got the front and rear bumper guards, twin antennas, and this car also had original door edge guards, which I did not put back on after we painted it. They need to be polished and straightened. I was pretty fortunate when I bought this car because it was in good shape. It ran and drove. The engine had been rebuilt. The transmission had been rebuilt. The brakes had been done. New exhaust, new tires, and also the interior was just redone as well. So this car is a Anniversary Gold 63 Impala 927 paint code, and this paint code was not available in 63 on the paint chips. It was a 62 color as well, but in 62 it was actually a different formula. It was a little bit lighter of a color, and 62 they made over 14,000 in Anniversary Gold. However, 63, this was the rarest color for 63, and it was a promotional item that was a special order color from the dealers that they made around 4,000 of, and it was only available for a few weeks in 1963 to celebrate the 50 millionth car that Chevrolet built. And the 50 millionth car was a Anniversary Gold 63 Impala SS with a 409 in it, which is currently in a museum in New York. On this side you can see the trim tag here, and it is stamped 927. I have a letter here from Chevrolet Motor Division. It says, "To all dealers, we have just been advised that Chevrolet Motor Division will conduct during the later part of May a promotional activity commemorating the production of the 50 millionth Chevrolet. To tie in with this promotion, we are making available out of your May schedule a model 17-1847 painted anniversary gold RPO 927 with black trim only, with either bench seat or super sport equipment. If it should be your desire to participate in this program, it is requested that you forward your order to this office immediately. The anniversary gold color is being made available only for this promotional activity, and at the present time is not scheduled as a regular available color after this program has been completed. So that's pretty cool. This car was built in Los Angeles. So I found this car on Facebook. There's a group on there for these cars. It's a 63 Impala commemorative group. And there's a man on there named Carl Snelling that documents these cars and has a lot of information about them. Originally, there was a guy named Vern France that did the documentation, and there's a registry for these cars. There's less than, I think, 80 of these cars in existence now that they've documented this color. So out of the over 4,000 they built, there's not too many left anymore, and I imagine that a lot of them are probably beat up and rusty. There's some that are in excellent shape, but I would consider this one to be in excellent shape, or one of the better ones out there. And it does have some options on it. It's got the highest horsepower 327 available in 63 for a full-size car. It's a 300 horse motor. It's got a factory tack, a power glide, and a posi traction rear end. It's got 106,000 original miles on it, and it sat most of its life in Nevada. Came from a very small town of like less than 2,000 people called Lovelock, Nevada. I'll open the trunk. Okay. All the trim on the rear of the car is original to the car. It's never been redone. The chrome's original. The cove molding is original. This piece is new, and the license plate panel is new. But other than that, it's original. I did clean up the trunk and re-speckle paint it. Ordered some trunk mats that I thought were cool. It's got the original bias ply spare in there still.
That's awesome.
And it's pretty much a rust-free car. It doesn't have any rust on the floors or floor braces. It just had a little hole on the bottom of each front fender, and that's all. I've always loved these cars. The first car I bought on my own was a 63 Impala SS. I was 16 years old. It was $1,200. Closed out my bank account to buy the dang thing. Drove it home, and it was in pretty bad shape. You know, I didn't have the time or money to restore the car, and I ended up selling the car and finding a 64 Chevy that was in better shape, and drove that all through high school and had it for many years. But 63 has always been my favorite car ever since I was a kid. My best friend I grew up with, his brother had a 63 Impala, and so we watched the restoration process on that. And then, you know, he was a couple years older than us, and so we went to junior high, and the high school was right next to us, and so after school we'd walk up to the high school and he'd give us a ride home every day in the 63. And so I just kind of always had a soft spot for these cars, and that's kind of what made me go to the lengths I did to restore this car and have it, and I really enjoy it a lot. It's been a lot of fun. We like to take it out once in a while, go to car shows, take it out to dinner, and it runs great, never left us stranded. You know, my future plans with this car is maybe to get the caps polished out and powder coat the rims gloss black, and maybe do a little bit of detailing on the undercarriage. It is pretty clean right now. It's got the original red oxide primer on it, so I may just clean it up some. I don't want to do a frame off on it or anything because I don't think it needs that. I would rather keep it more of an original car, or a well-maintained original.